What is going on, Crimson City? My name is Crimson CBAD, and today we are here with another Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi team builder. So if you guys are excited, be sure to show some love to that like button. As always, guys, if you are new to the city, feel free to hit that subscribe button as well. Last time we were here, we were accompanied by two of my friends, Superblaw and Magnitude, and you guys loved that. It was a great team. I had a lot of fun with it. 2016 is the year that I start working with tons more people. And what better way to keep the trend going, guys? I am bringing you today, link to his YouTube channel will be in the description. Make sure you go check him out. He's a great friend of mine. He is the man, the myth, the legend. Your mom loves him, your dad hates him. Please welcome Lucky from LuckyLadTV.
What is going on, Crimson City? My name is Lucky, and there are no questions, only the answer. Only the answer.
We did a little bit of talking. This is round 2 of the recording, by the way. I always own up to that. We are recording a team builder today. We were talking in the call, and I was like, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to just pick something on the fly while we're recording, or do you have like an idea? And he came to me with Linoone, because it is the only Pokemon that gets Belly Drum and Extreme Speed. So you've got your fun little Azumarill and OU with Belly Drum and Aqua Jet. That's cute. But we've got Belly Drum and Extreme Speed. Extreme Speed hits way harder than Aqua Jet ever will.
Oh, yeah.
We've got, look at this thing. Let's just talk really quick. We've got a Linoone here, holding that Citrus Berry with the Gluttony ability, so at an even 50%, it pops the Citrus. Extreme Speed, Shadow Claw, Belly Drum, and Return. We've got 4 in HP, 252 attack, 252 speed with a Jolly Nature. Pause the video really quickly. We're 100 base speed. That's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. Guarantee you, it might not be in the GBA, but if I go back to the PGL for Season 3 or Season 4, you guarantee I'm drafting Linoone, because I'm going to have some fun with that thing. But that's our set right there. Extreme Speed and Return, R-Stab. Extreme Speed's just godlike. And then Shadow Claw hit any ghost types that wall this. Why is this thing called the answer?
So, for those of you who are unaware, I used to stream. I'm gonna try and get back into it. I'm a lot busier now than when I first moved here back in August. But when I first moved here back in August to New Orleans, I had so much free time. I was bored a lot, so I'm like, you know what? Let's start some streaming. And I was doing some team building on my stream, and I needed a normal type with some priority. And everybody was saying, just use Linoone, it's the answer. Linoone's the answer, just use Linoone. It's the answer. So, now I call all of my Linoones the answer, and I use it a lot more than you might think.
I mean, it does work. It is the answer, as you guys can see. It is the only normal type in the game to get both access to Extreme Speed and Belly Drum. I don't even know how many Pokemon get Extreme Speed. You got Arcanine, Dragonite, Linoone, Zygarde. I learned that one the hard way.
Oh, yeah.
Zygarde gets Extreme Speed. But,
you got Entei.
Entei, all those dogs get Extreme Speed, thanks to them.
But here's the thing. This is the hardest hitting Extreme Speed in the game.
It is, because it's not only boosted 1.5 times because it's the same type ability boost, stab, but we also have Belly Drum to just make this thing hit like a truck, so
for those of you who are unaware, at +6, our attack goes to 488.
488.
Yep.
488, that's at level 50.
Yep.
It's absolutely absurd. So we want to build around the answer, and the obvious glaring thing that we see right here is that we have a fighting weakness. It's the only thing it's weak to. And one of the things that we were talking about last time is that the hardest hitting fighting type in NU is going to be Girder.
It's the hardest hitting, and Hariyama technically would hit harder, but it's slow. Hariyama's really slow, and it doesn't get Mach Punch. It only gets Bullet Punch.
That's right.
Whereas Girder gets Mach Punch, and it also has an Eviolite, so it's even bulkier than Hariyama.
Exactly. So we see Girder sits over at 40 base speed. Hariyama sits at 50. We want something that can not only drop the attack, but take advantage of dropping the attack as well, forcing a switch.
Yep.
And what we talked about, we're getting through this recording a lot faster now that we did it once. Mawile. And it gets the Intimidate ability. Fighting is neutral to it. However, after Intimidate, a -1 is not going to do much to us. So I want to toss some leftovers on there. We got some Intimidate ability.
Oh, yeah.
And Lucky, tell me about Play Rough.
So, one of the most often forgotten things about Play Rough is that it actually has a 10% chance to drop your opponent's attack by 1 stage. Granted, 10%, it's a pretty small chance, but most people favor Sheer Force on Mawile, so you lose that 10% chance, which is one of the reasons that Intimidate is really nice. And I think for our last move, we may actually want to go with Protect.
You think so?
The reason I'm favoring that is because, one, it gives us an external leftovers. And second of all, it's really good for scouting, for Scarfers, or specs or banded users, stuff like that. Because it's pretty easy to tell when something is Scarfed or banded.
Mm-hmm.
And especially with a Pokemon like Mawile that doesn't get any natural recovery, like Moonlight or Recover, I think that extra turn of leftovers can make a difference in a damage roll favoring your opponent or favoring you.
You're right. Okay, I like that. We've got, so as you guys can see here, Play Rough, Stealth Rock, Knockoff, and Protect. I'm not taking advantage of any of that Steel stab that we've got. Like we talked about, Play Rough's going to hit that Girder pretty hard. Also has a 10% chance to drop the attack. Stealth Rock's because if we can force a switch on it, we want to take advantage of that. Knockoff is going to get rid of any Eviolites on your Girders. It's going to hit the ghost types that come in super hard. It is also going to get rid of any AVs or any orbs on the Hariyama. Protect, as we just discussed, to take advantage of leftovers recovery, helps us live some rolls down here. EV spread. I've got 252 HP, 252 in defense, 4 in speed. And the 4 in speed is because if you're running a Hariyama, you are running fat and hitting hard. You're not running any speed investment. We speed tie uninvested, so I want to bring that up to 71 in speed, just so if he is, let's say he's like a Flame Orb Hariyama with Guts, we can knock off the Flame Orb before it even activates. If he's Assault Vest, we can get that out of there. Also, if we can get a Play Rough up on it before it can get, like, the only priority it gets, we resist both times, are the Fake Out, and then I actually believe the Bullet Punch is neutral.
It is neutral, but it's not stab, it's only 40 base power. It's not going to hit us that hard.
Exactly.
One of the other things that I want to point out is, at first I was thinking, why don't we run like Toxic on this thing instead of Protect? But the reason we're not doing that is because both Hariyama and Girder have access to the ability Guts, and you don't want to give them that boost.
Exactly. So we've got our defensive answer here. Now, we've got a glaring weakness right in front of our face. We've got a huge fire and ground weakness right now.
Yep.
So, fire and ground weakness, that spells out, I want a levitate user. I want something. Fire to ground weakness, I actually like Mantine.
Yep. I saw you hover
I heard fire and ground weakness, and I was like, you know what, I want me some Mantine right now. So, what does it get? It gets Water Veil. Water Veil would be nice.
always favor Water Absorb.
Oh, you're not wrong.
Just because if you switch this thing in on
Look
Stealth
at this thing's
Rocks,
special defense.
Yep, base 140.
Oh my god. All right.
Yep.
Toss some leftovers on that bad boy too.
For sure.
Oh my lord, you get. Oh my god, it gets defog hazard removal. Done.
Exactly.
Done. All right. Scald.
I don't believe it gets Roost. I don't think so. Which I wish it did, but I think that would be like a little OP for it. What I actually like to run on it is I like to run a little bit of HP Electric. The reason being is that a lot of people run Mantine. And Mantine really counters Mantine because
You're not wrong.
its def is crazy high, but if you have that HP Electric on there, that's 4 times, so it goes up to a base 240 power.
It's disgusting.
And word to the wise, at level 50, 248 and 244 are the same.
Really?
Yep.
Ooh.
And then you get that extra 4, and that will go up by 1.
So now
8, if you change that to 12, it will go up to 102.
Nope.
Oh, that's
We're
because
running HP Electric. There we go.
Oh, yep, true.
We have this. So let's run 4 in speed just to outspeed uninvested Mantines.
Because most people forego the specificity and they just say, okay, I'll just run 252, 4. But at level 100, it doesn't really make a difference. But at level 50 on Wi-Fi, you really want to be careful with your EV spreads for those of you who are watching, because it can make a difference.
It does. As you guys see, we just gained ability to not speed tie with any uninvested Mantines, pop with an HP Electric, and then, you know,
yep.
As my friend Old Man Sub would say, wham bam, thank you ma'am. Look at this, 211 special defense at level 50.
Oh yeah.
This is disgusting. What are we going to name this thing? I think my voice just cracked. Puberty's a bitch.
So I have a really lame nickname for these. I just call them Eagle Ray, which I don't really like. What I really want to name them is the teacher from Finding Nemo. If you remember in Finding
Manta
Nemo,
Ray?
I don't think that was his name.
Okay, we're going on Google right now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, where
If we were nappy, we would just say "Okay Google" and it would pop up.
Yeah, I've got an iPhone though. I've got a broken down old iPhone, and I don't want Siri to. Siri's not a part of this recording. I'm not trying to plug
Nope.
Siri. Teacher from Finding Nemo. Here we go. Mr. Ray.
Oh, that's original.
It's just Mr. Ray. I thought it was Manta Ray. So we're just gonna call Mr. Ray.
Oh yeah.
No, Mr. Ray's a male.
No, Mr. Ray is female.
And I like shiny Mantine. Look at that.
I like it too, because it looks so much more like Mantike.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is like one of the more adorable Pokemon. In my
I do
opinion.
like that. All right, so
You
what do
know
we
what-
have? What do we have now? Like Electivire's screaming at me right now.
Yeah.
I was
about to say, I don't want a ground type as much as I want something that takes advantage of electric type attacks.
Electivire would be really good.
I actually like.
So the reason we're both thinking Electivire right now is because what I was going to say was now that we have a 4 times weak to electric, we've got our fire and our ground immunity.
Yep.
We will still have another ground weakness with Electivire, but we do have that covered in the Mantine. The reason we were both just looking at Electivire was because with that electric weakness that we have, Electivire gets Motor Drive, and if it hits by an electric type move, it's not only electric immunity, but it raises their speed 1 stage. So the thing
about Electivire, and I love how you go for Life Orb because I like running a mixed Electivire.
Really?
The reason being, I like having it with Volt Switch, and I want that Volt Switch to still hit hard, even though it's primarily a physical attacker. And it is also one of the very, very, very few electric types that gets access to Earthquake, which, as you see, Crimson already grabbed that.
Yeah.
I also like running Wild Charge on it, because, hard-hitting physical electric type.
Yeah.
The last move is, is really up for debate. One of the things that because here's the thing, Electabuzz is actually faster than Electivire.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that I actually like to do was run. I'm completely blanking right here. Taunt. Taunt. That's what it is. Because most of the time somebody's going to switch something bulky in on Electivire, like a bulky physically defensive Pokemon, and those things usually want to either set up rocks or they want to do some form of recovery, which gets really annoying. And if you can taunt those, then that's 3 turns where you don't got to worry about that.
He's not wrong. So, like you was just saying, Life Orb is going to be able to hit hard like an absolute truck. I don't know.
I run a Naughty Nature for this one.
Yeah, we do have a huge special defense that we can kind of take advantage of.
Yeah, like I never really worry about this thing taking hits as much because it's really fast and it has that switch initiative. You can get out of there pretty easily. And as for the nickname, I see that slot. I see the wheels in your head turning.
They were turning until you said that.
I like to call this thing Young Man Tup.
Young Man Tup?
Young Man Tup.
All right. I don't know how well that's going to fit. We're just going to do that because I don't know how well it'll fit on Wi-Fi. We're going to call this Young Man Tup. Volt Switch is going to give us that switch initiative. Earthquake is going to be able to hit other Electivires that do come in. Wild Charge to take advantage of that huge attack set that we have, and Taunt, like Lucky was saying, to hopefully kind of prevent these bulkier things from setting up, being able to recover around us, because if they know they can take physical hits, they can maybe go for a set of move, they can recover on us, so.
Well, the main thing that I was actually thinking of is like Sand Slash is a perfect switch in for this.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if we were running Ice Punch here on Electivire, it wouldn't do that much just because Sand Slash is really good physical bulk.
Exactly.
And one of the things that Sand Slash loves to do is, 1, set up Sandstorm for itself so that it has Sand Rush activated.
Yeah.
Or 2, set up Stealth Rocks, and we naturally outspeed that thing, so the taunt right there is what I really like about it.
Exactly. It'll prevent it from setting up rocks. It won't have any sandstorm, and then if it decides to go for an EQ, we switch right out into Mr. Ray here, so we can just start English language popping skulls on this thing. So, we've got a few of our weaknesses covered. We've got a good defensive answer. We got a good specially defensive answer. I kind of want something to hit a little bit on the special side because we also do have hazards, and we have a way of removing hazards as well.
For sure. One of the things that I also realized we would like something that is something that can just take a psychic type attack. Just because one of the things that you see in this tier is you have Mesprit and you also have Xatu. Xatu is in if you look at the viability ranking, Xatu is in the S tier because it has that magic bounce. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people run Xatu. So I'd like a dark type on here, but I'd like a dark type that's preferably not weak to fighting.
Well, what we can do... What do we got here? Dark type that's not weak to fighting.
We have that Skuntank, which is an option.
We do have Skuntank. That'd be nice. We do have a lot of physical mons right now. I am thinking of something that could hit more on the special side.
We could run the GBA Season 4 MVP.
Doublade?
No. You're on him right now.
Malamar?
Yeah.
We could bring Malamar, but again, that special attack.
Yeah. No, I think we could always run Liebert. The problem is that it's super duper frail, but it gets Nasty Plot and Prankster. It also gets Thunder Wave. The other thing that I saw you hovering over before was Haunter.
I was liking Haunter. It gives us another ground immunity for our Electivire. And I think
if we run a Scarf on that thing, we'll be just fine.
All right, let's do it.
I wouldn't run this thing with a Violite because it's stupid frail. Like, just absurdly frail. A Violite will not help you at all. I favor Sludge Bomb in this tier because you actually want the poison in these lower tiers, whereas in OU, Sludge Wave because you want the extra power.
Mm-hmm. We can do Shadow Ball, Sludge Bomb. Doesn't this thing get Focus? No, Gengar gets Focus Blast.
It gets Hidden Power Fighting, which is okay, but it's not really what we need. One of the things that I learned this from Shady. I love a Choice Scarf Destiny Bond. Just wrong. Because one of the things that I think it's still down in NU, Poniard.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a huge threat. It is an absolutely huge threat. And
it is.
If you scarf yourself into Destiny Bond, you have more Destiny Bonds than he has Sucker Punches.
Mm-hmm.
So he uses 8 Sucker Punches. You still have, 30 Destiny Bonds or something like that. And eventually he just has to hit you.
He does. And then you just keep going for Destiny Bond, and then it's done.
Yep.
We're going to call this thing Casper.
Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Casper the Friendly Ghost. With Choice Scarf Destiny Bond, that'll end your career. Alright, so what are we missing? We've got physical, defense, spadef, special. We always have room for a Mega, but the only Mega down here is Audino.
Yeah, because I keep forgetting that Camerupt got moved up.
Yeah, Camerupt did get moved up, otherwise that'd be fun.
Mega Camerupt is a Mega Camerupt core with Mantine is disgusting.
Oh, here we go. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yes. Yes, please.
I kind of want to run I don't want to do that. I feel like there's going to be some berries. It's going to be special attack. I'm not going to run Moxie on this thing.
No. Moxie doesn't help you with this thing.
I'm tossing choice specs on this thing.
It doesn't even learn any good physical attacks. That's the interesting part.
It doesn't. So, Hyper Voice, Fire Blast because I'm dangerous like that.
Oh, yeah.
Dark Pulse.
Alright, so when you were typing in Hyper Voice, I thought you were typing in Hyper Beam.
Oh, okay, done. There we go.
And I was about to say, I saw Shady run that on his Pidgeot, and it was amazing.
Nobody's done that. We actually did that too. In the team builder that we just did with Nick and Steve, we actually just ran that as well.
Because people underestimate the power of Hyper Beam. Hyper Voice is base 90 power. Hyper Beam is base 150.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, the sprite just didn't update. Nala is in fact female.
Yeah, there we go. Good. That's what I want.
And I'd say slap 4 and Spadef just to help you take that skull.
Base 106 speed. This might be my new favorite tier.
Oh yeah,
you got stuff like
NU.
Linoone, you got stuff like Pyroar. Oh my goodness.
Our friend A-Drive is the one who got me hooked on NU. The little bug maniac. He got me really hooked on NU. And I fell in love with it because it's right on the border of useless and useful.
It really is. I mean, you can build a disgusting team like this, or you can build. And I mean, we've got our water immunity. We've got 2 ground immunities for Nala. I mean, I feel like it's gonna be a good team. I feel like we're going 3-0 with this. I have a
really good feeling about this team.
I'm excited.
Because we have our gimmicks. We have the Belly Drum Linoone. We have the Destiny Bond Casper. But then we also have like our serious threat.
Then we have our oh shit buttons in the fact that our gimmick, if we can get it to work, is good. But then if not, we've got fucking Choice Scarf, Shadow Ball, Choice Specs, Hyper Beam, Pyroar. Oh my goodness. It is going to be nasty.
This thing, Choice Specs, Hyper Beam will one-shot pretty much anything that does not resist or is absurdly specially bulky.
There you go.
Because I have actually, it wasn't Choice Specs, but I've actually run Hyper Beam on a Pyroar before. I was running Modest, Scarf, Hyper Beam.
What? I think I'm gonna run Modest Specs just to, let me see here. What does?
It's really fast. That's the thing.
So with Specs damage, we are capping out at 265 special attack.
And that's without calculating stab.
That's without calculating. Oh my goodness, I don't even want to go there.
Well, because here's the thing: is that in this tier, Pokemon just aren't that fast. They're just not. And if they are, they don't hit very hard.
Exactly.
Like, if you think about it, you have something like Perugly. Perugly is fast. It has base 112 speed. It doesn't hit very hard.
It doesn't.
You have something like Mismagius, which is only base 105 speed. But it doesn't learn a fighting type attack, so it can't really hit us.
Exactly.
And then you have something like Haunter, which hits really hard, but it's only, I think, base 90 speed.
Yeah,
it's good for a stage 1
Yeah, base 95, definitely good for stage 1, but just...
But, when you have 106, because I believe we outspeed that thing by a few points. If you look over at Nala...
Actually, unless we're running...
short a few.
So,
but then again, what can Casper do to us?
Exactly.
Hit us with a Sludge Bomb?
Hit us with a Sludge Bomb, we turn around and hit it with a Dark Pulse or a Fire Blast.
Yeah, exactly. Sludge Bomb's not going to take us out just because it's not super effective.
Exactly. We got base 86 HP. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's one of the things that people underestimate about Pyroar, and a lot of the Pokemon that are down in these low tiers is that they're mostly down here because they don't have the move pool.
Exactly.
It has nothing to do with their stats. Electivire has great stats. If you look at it, all of its stats are at least decent, but its move pool is just lacking.
It really is. I mean, you've got a lot of electric coverage, but then you have elemental punches and earthquake. That's about it.
Yeah. And like you can throw Brick Break on there if you want. If that thing got
oh my god, I was just about to say, if it got knockoff, are you kidding me? Bring that thing up somewhere.
Can you imagine if like Mantine got Roost?
Mantine got Roost, if Electivire got knockoff. I'm gonna do a series where we just talk about
what if Pokemon didn't suck. It's one of those types of things where you really need to appreciate the lower tier Pokemon, because the reason they're in lower tiers, it's not because they're bad Pokemon, it's because Game Freak won't let them live up to their full potential.
Exactly. It's the lack of move coverage and whatnot, but anyways, guys, this is our team. Like we said, we've got gimmicks, we've got setups, we've got a ton of, well, we don't really have setups, but we have the ultimate setup. Our gimmick is a setup, so we've got our gimmick setup, we've got walls, we've got physical, we've got special. We've got a pretty well-rounded team. So, guys, if you have enjoyed this team builder, like I said earlier, feel free to show some love to that like button. As always, guys, if you are new to the city, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Lucky's link to his channel and his Twitter will be in the description below. Go check him out for more competitive Pokemon content. He's a great friend of mine, as you guys can see. He's a really funny guy, too. Knows what he's talking about, too. I don't want to bring people on here that don't know what they're talking about with Pokemon. So, other than that, Lucky, you got anything you want to say?
Not especially, but I'm sure a lot of you who are here, you know and you love Crimson, and I've been bugging him for a while. I'm like, dude, I want to do more stuff with you because I think I interviewed you on my channel. I think it was like 9 months ago. Mm-hmm. And since that time, I've just been like, dude, I had so much fun. I want to keep doing more stuff with you because for those of you who think that people like Crimson are not approachable, he is one of the nicest, most approachable people in the entire community. I would never do anything to say that he is not because I don't lie.
There you go. There you go.
Without a doubt.
George Washington himself, ladies and gentlemen.
I cannot tell a lie. My teeth are wooden and I chop down a cherry tree.
Exactly. Chops down cherry trees. So all that being said, guys, I hope you have enjoyed. I will see you guys soon for Wi-Fi battles featuring this team. My name is Crimson CBAD, and I will talk to you all soon. Later.